Hello survivors and welcome to another video. In this video we're going to be looking at a news post basically confirming for the Whisperers event that Michelle is going to be free to play. So obviously if you just get the Walker mask, which is, as you can see here, has been confirmed to have 7 separate acts, as it says 7 1-act roadmaps to gain these Walker masks, and obviously get the other parts from the other sources: dynamite from level ups, sewing kits from raid tournaments, scalpels from survival raid tournaments, and matchbooks from CRW milestones. So this weekend CRW will probably have more matchbooks, but if you did the first CRW, it's the easiest milestone to get. I think it was the one of the first 2. I think it was both of the first 2. The hardest one probably to get here is going to be the scalpels, because there aren't a lot of SR tournaments. There's kind of questions being asked in terms of, will the very last SR tournament, which is going to be in a roughly 10 days or 11 days, be included within the milestones? It may not be. It probably won't be, if I'm honest, but we'll find out. So yeah, that's the main confirmation, is the 7 1-act roadmaps are definitely going to pop up. It was the assumption, but it's always good to have confirmation. So this is what my progress looks like so far in terms of getting Michelle. I'm going to get enough sewing kits by the end of this current raid tournament. I'm taking my time a little bit. I did hit the max milestone on the last 2, the solo last week and the faction last week. I'll probably hit the top milestone again on this one, just because the sewing kits are good to have, because it only costs 50 to hand in to get 1 gold mod, and that's pretty cheap. And the top milestone is 200, so effectively if you hit the top milestone in raid, you're getting 4 gold mods, so that's really good. I've done the 4 roadmaps, so obviously I've got the 4 masks. They are getting progressively more difficult, so I'll take a peek at that in a second. But the scalpels is going to be the one that's going to be the hardest to get. I've hit the top milestone twice and I've got 390. There's potentially only going to be 2 more SR tournaments. So the max you can get from the next 2 SR tournaments is 390. So if you're at 110, you could still potentially get the 390. You just obviously have to complete legendary on both of those SR tournaments. Matchbooks, we should get another 150, because we got 150 in the last CRW. We should get another 150 from the next CRW, and that means we're going to be able to hand those 15 in for the mods and the level up. I've been taking it easy just basically because level ups are so often, and the excess from the dynamites is so expensive to hand in for mods. It's 350 for 1 mod, and it's just like, I'm gonna just save my resources here. The other ones are the ones where you just have to use cans and stuff, but that's okay, it's not too bad. We're given, I think we're given raid cans when we do the level up ones, and then when we do raiding, we're given SR cans. It's interesting. It's an interesting way of doing things, I guess. So we check out the mods. As you can see, if you get excess in sewing kits, 50, just 50 gets you 1 attack mod. I would say try and hit those high raid milestones, because like I said, the top milestone gives 4 gold mods effectively. So if you get enough to get Michelle, every sewing kit past that is just going to be a gold mod for you, every 50, which is really great. And I think per raid tournament, I think you can get like 400 or plus, 400 plus. So that's 8 gold mods you can get just from hitting top milestone, which is actually pretty good. And they're guaranteed to be attack set as well, which is even better. So yeah, looking at the roadmaps themselves, they are getting progressively more difficult. I did check this out on my live stream, and also the energy cost is going up massively. As you can see, it's 5 to 6 energy on this one, going up to A++ on the last stage. Number 2, it's going from 6 to 8 energy, and the last stage is S1++. Then number 3, it's going from 7 to 9, I think it is, yeah, 7 to 9, and the last stage is S2++, and then I think it goes up to S4. I didn't really check this. S4. So I'm guessing, and look at the energy costs here, 10 to 12. So by the last one, we've got 3 more to go. By the last one, it could cost up to 20 energy a stage. It could be like S9, so it's going to be very difficult, especially if you're newer to the game, especially if your roster isn't as deep. I would definitely just try and look at some of my old videos. I did do some videos in terms of how to beat these stages, really difficult stages with 5 stars. It's mainly the human stages. I think there are ones where it's got like 1 stage and it's a human stage. I was beating it with this team, and I think this is the stage. I was actually just taking drop leaders. Okay, it's not. But basically, you can get ones where it's got like Lydia's and stuff, and it can be pretty difficult. So I just basically take teams that have, if you've got revives, heals, buffs, and you can slowly get through it. If you've got a decapitate, that's great. Obviously, if they've got a revive, it's a problem. But otherwise, it's fairly straightforward. The Walker stages just take crit teams, which is easy to use. and you'll get yourself a nice Michelle. If you get those 7 Walker masks, you'll be oh, look at that, Big Bruce. If you get those 7 masks, you'll obviously get yourself a Michelle, which is great. I wish this information would have been provided at the beginning. I'm just hoping it's not a tactic. I just want this information early. It's good to have this information early. But that's the end of my video, guys. Do tell me what your progress is like with Michelle. Are you close? Are you still going for Michelle? I think, like I said before, I think Michelle's actually a pretty decent character. She's a good leader. She can be used effectively. She potentially could have some nice characters behind her, but within free-to-play, I don't think there's anyone spectacular who could be used behind her. So hopefully there's good characters to be released down the lines, you know, the next League characters, for instance, something like that. But that's the end of my video, guys. Thank you very much for tuning in, and as always, keep on surviving, guys. Keep on surviving.